And then game 81-82, the Leafs suffered horribly, 20 wins in 80 games. Only 2 teams did worse than they. I can't remember who. I think one was Colorado. Anyway, they had the worst goals against average in the league. Oh boy. Daryl Sittler gets traded to Philadelphia. Who did we get in return? I don't think we had anyone good in return. Even during the year, we also lost one of the best defensemen, Ian Turnbull, traded to Los Angeles in November of 81. Will Paymont, March 9th, 82, was traded to Quebec, as I figured. Bunny LaRock, 10, 24, and 8, 469 goals against average in 50 games. Horrible. The only shutout went to Vincent Tremblay. Anyway, Rick 5 was the first Leaf to score 50 goals in a season. Granted, it was in 80 games, but the Big M came close in 63, or was it 61 in about 70 games. That's amazing. Anywho, I know about Bunny LaRock. You Ranger fansmen like this, but in game 1, when the Rangers won, Ken Dryden was replaced by LaRock, and Bunny LaRock was probably going to play the rest of the series, maybe giving your Rangers the Stanley Cup, but a harmless slap shot by one of the Habs players, it was never found out who, hit Bunny high on the mask, and he couldn't continue, so Ken Dryden came back in the series, started the rest of the series, and you know what happened in 79. Anyway, notable draft choices. There were 3 draft choices, and all of them played a big part for the Leafs. First pick was the 3rd overall pick from Portland, another defenseman by the name of Gary Nylund, Nylund. He did okay. I can't remember who else he played for in his career. Gary Lehman, 2nd round, 24, from Regina. I have his card with the 176 goals and 407 points with the Leafs, but his greatest moment came in with Montreal. Yes, he won a Stanley Cup with the Habs. Ironic, isn't it? Peter Ihnacak, I can't pronounce it, from Sparta Praha, Czech Republic. Center, remember the Iron Curtain? He managed to get across, I bet. He played his whole career with the Leafs. That was 67 in points. In 1982-83, the Leafs won 28 games. Third best in their division in Norris. And of course, they changed the rules that you have to play within your division in the playoffs to qualify out. Quite simply, it was 4 out of the 5 teams in the division went to the playoffs, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and then all of a sudden you have to get out of your division, play the winner of the other division within your conference for the conference finals, and go to Stanley Cup. That's complicated. The Leafs did pretty well drafting. Unfortunately, there was one huge draft. Man, oh, and by the way, they lost the division semi to Minnesota. Anyway, Bunny LaRock was traded to Philadelphia. I can't remember who came back from Philly. Mike Palmateer came back from Washington, and he did okay, 21, 23, and 7. But Russ Cartnell, 7th pick from Victoria. He was a pretty good player, 218 points in 309 Leaf games, but the problem was he scored 297 goals and 744 points, obviously for other teams, especially Montreal and Dallas. Okay, the next season is 83-84. The Leafs 26 wins in 80 games, worst in the division, and it included the Red Wings, the North Stars, the Blues, and the Blackhawks. Should have mentioned it earlier. Who was in the North Division and all the divisions. But anyway, only 3 teams did worse than they. I can't remember who. Oh yeah, Pittsburgh and New Jersey come to mind, but who? I don't know. It is so mediocre. As it says in the book, not one of the 5 teams in the North manages to win half its games. And only one who wins more often than loses. That's Minnesota. Pretty awful, huh? It was also the year Montreal came from 4th in the division and nearly went to the Cup Finals, but the Islanders stopped them cold. Anyway, Barry Melrose signed as a free agent with Detroit. We had Barry Melrose? Aw, man. But our goaltenders were crap. Alan Bester, Mike Palmateer at the end of his rope, nothing doing. Good grief. We got 2 draft picks. Number 1 was first round 4 was from Belleville, Al Iafrate. You know him with the repressing skull bullet, which was on display at the '93 NHL All-Star Game. I don't know why I mentioned it. I saw a TSN top 10 mullets or some heroes with hair or something. But the fact is, Iafrate had 250 points as a lead. He played almost 800 games. His career, 463 points. His best effort was with Washington in '93. He was part of 3 Capitals defensemen that scored 20 goals. And of course, Washington was taken down by the New York Islanders. Washington with Dale Hunter's cheap-ass tactics. I guess you Ranger fans would be happy with it. But here's the fact. The fact of the matter is that Iafrate, along with Kevin Hatcher and, oh crap, Calle Johansson scored 20 goals as a defenseman. Anyway, here we go. The 2nd round pick was Todd Gill of the Spitfires. He played 639 games as a Leaf, 269 points, not bad. He was remembered for his blunder that cost the Leafs an '89 playoff berth to the Blackhawks in overtime. In his career, he got over 1,000 games. He didn't play for anyone big. I think Detroit, Sales, and Colorado come to mind. Anyway, let's go to '84-'85. The Leafs 20-52-8, a 48-point season, the worst in Leaf history. And of course, the worst team in the league. We got the number 1 pick. Okay, cool. Anyway, not anyone big coming in to the picture. Rick 5 had 68 points to lead the Leafs. Sam Bernhardt, the best of a sorry lot of goaltenders, 13, 19, and 4. But the fact of the matter is, a few days after the season ended, I was born, so I avoided being born in the worst Leafs team in history. Anyway, Wendell Clark, number 1 pick from Saskatoon. He was great as a Leaf. He was too injury prone. That's why we lost him. We picked him up twice more. But here's the stats. 608 games as a Leaf. 260 goals. Why did we trade him to Quebec? I don't know. But at least we got Sundin. That's good enough. Anyway, back.